What's going on, guys? This video is going to be a reaction to Tyler Olaria. I don't know how to say his last name. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I don't speak any other language except for English. But his video was posted 8 months ago. Currently has 3.1 million views. And this video is titled, "I interviewed the most racist black people in America." Alright, so, and I'm pretty sure this will be about the Hebrew Israelites. You can see Captain Dzariak on the screen right there. And we're about to react to it. Let's go.
God hates white people. He created them to be hated.
Like, white people are a virus. The only way to get rid of it is the medicine. Real niggas are the medicine.
You got a whip right here.
Yeah, this for you.
Sorry, I'm going to try not to laugh because all this stuff he's saying is bad, but when you already know it's towards a certain race of hate, you know that it's not of the Most High. Now, the Most High does have, verses where he's hating or not or disliking a nation, but, let's get to it.
When I see a white baby, I'll be like, he's gonna try to enslave my people when he gets older. The only thing that...
What? Oh my gosh, that is so evil. Like, man, no, it's a child. Maybe you should teach the baby to worship the Most High. Let's go ahead and show Exodus 3:14. Exodus 3:14. King James Version. Sorry. This is what you should teach a white baby. And God said, he's a baby at first, but when he gets older, right? And God said unto Moses that I am that I am. He said that shall be unto the children of Israel, and I have sent to you. In Exodus 3:15, right? So,
a white person could give me is their life. The men and the women who profited off of our slavery, they're going to bow at our feet.
You'll kiss this boot right here.
One at a time.
Keep on coming, this white man. Everybody say that they love black people, but there's no action behind it.
Both of y'all, sit.
These are the Black Hebrew Israelites, a black supremacist group that hates white people and believes that they're the true Israelites.
No, I would tell.
Israelites. Okay, let's just keep going right quick.
I really hate white people. I would tell you that.
But what other groups besides whites do they hate?
Dark race is the so-called African, who you would call the Nigerian, the Rwandan, the South African. They are not our people.
And do these beliefs actually come from...
Oh my gosh, here we go with that bullshit. Sorry, guys. So, Africa is full of Shemites. Shem is not just in America. Shem is in Africa too. If you grow afro hair, no matter if it's big, small, short, it don't matter if you're pale skin, dark skin, green. Ain't no green people on the planet, but you get my point. You are a Shemite. You are an Afro-Asian. Okay? Let's get back to the video.
Come from the Bible? I met up with Captain Dzariak and his brothers mid-training session in Harlem, New York to learn more.
What you see over there is you see what we call Hebrew Academy. So this is a physical training and mental and spiritual training that we do every year where we take new members.
Not supposed to be spiritual. Supposed to follow the Most High. You're not supposed to go through experience of life. You're supposed to go through a life of the Most High to have better experience. Anything else is the devil.
We train them, so they're going to go through physical training, self-defense, spiritual training, learning scriptures.
Okay, real quick, you have any questions, Smith?
No, I've seen them before. I just don't know what they do.
What we teach is that the true children of the Bible are Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and so we come out here.
Nope. The true Israelites of the Bible are scattered. They are classified as Afro-Asian Negroes, right? From Asia, Thailand, Siam, Ayodhya. And they all come in different nations today because they mixed in. Psalms 83, I believe. I might be wrong, but let's go.
To train these new members in our school.
Sounds good to me. I'm out here doing kind of the same thing.
There's one catch.
We believe that white people are probably the worst thing to ever happen to black people.
Well, I can understand.
What are your plans for her and her kind?
Why is he laughing? He just said something racist. He just said that white people are the worst thing that happened to black people. That's racist. Why you laughing with him? But let's go.
Plans is God's plan. According to the Bible, God is going to avenge black people for what white people did, so they go enslaved. You know, they got to be in.
Nope. So remember, yes, Israelites went through slavery, but it wasn't all. Those Israelites weren't just. They were only Negroes, and those Negroes were slaves to Native Americans. The so-called black Europeans, they enslaved white people. So him telling her that because black people went through slavery, it's going to happen to them. But actually, it was white people, the Medes, right, that were enslaved by the Assyrians, right, and the Chaldeans, which are the black Europeans. Let's get to it.
In chains, they got to build our kingdom. They got to serve out the judgment for touching God's people.
How you doing?
Whites already built your kingdom. They built America. Now, black Europeans designed, founded, colonized, and engineered America, but they were the people that built the suburbs, built the railroads, all that with black Europeans. They were the slaves. The black Europeans were the colonists and slave masters. Let's go.
How you doing? What are your thoughts on the Black Hebrew Israelites?
I would need to know more about it.
Can you give her a quick synopsis of what you believe in?
Of course, you know Jesus Christ is black, right?
I don't know much.
Jesus Christ does not exist. So he's pretty much another way of saying Satan. Revelations 1:18. Let's go.
To tell you the truth, the Bible, I do know that people are being persecuted and have been for a long time. It's the...
Rosa Parks never descended from slaves. She was Jamaican. No offense to any other people. I'm just telling you that, the people she's showing were never slaves. The whites were the slaves of America. The blacks or the Negroes were slaves to Native Americans.
Patriarchy in this country and in many other Western countries that are discriminating, and I'm happy when people are standing up for educating other people and helping us understand.
This is a very compassionate answer. At some point, though, you will be in chains and enslaved, apparently. What are your thoughts on that?
If you lead the people into slavery and destroy their identity, shouldn't there be a punishment for those people who do it?
Yes.
Is he a brother?
Yes. So her ancestors were in chains. Whites were in chains to blacks. They got freed. And because the black Europeans didn't follow the Most High while they were enslaving them, now they're about to come back and enslave you or us. Let's go.
Spanish counter now.
Conquistadors. We're indigenous. That's European, right?
Oh, man. Okay.
They're the ones who conquered the natives.
That's what I'm saying. They could just...
Not all Europeans conquered natives. If you look at it, a lot of Europeans had to become indentured servants to Native Americans when they came on the land, aka black people to the Native Americans. A lot of Native Americans owned whites too. So that's why a lot of Native Americans are more lighter skinned today, because they mixed in with their white slaves. They used to be red and dark brown, but and then some Native Americans they intermingled with Europeans, created treaties to live on the land. Nobody really got colonized. Mostly, it was pretty big. They had all of the South till they had the Indian Removal Act. But let's go.
Hell yeah.
I'm not so sure that I myself should take responsibility other than helping the legacy of what white people did to dark people.
First of all, white people didn't do anything. All they did was pick cotton on a black man's plantation. That's what they did. They picked cotton, hit logs, built railroads, all that. That was white people. That was the slave. The Negroes were slaves to Native Americans and Indians. The black Europeans were the masters.
Help the legacy of what white people did. You know what that means? That's Trump.
No. Help erase that legacy.
He's trying to say you love him.
Give me a hard time here.
I know that we haven't done right by Native Americans, by people of color from many.
So Native Americans worked with Europeans because they had slaves too. Native Americans had Negro slaves. listen, any white person that's watching, bring them to my videos, and Lex will, and Fabrice hasn't made a video yet, but he will probably start talking about it. But I think I know why he won't. But it's yeah, like what you call it, blacks enslaved whites, Native Americans enslaved Negroes from Africa, and Native Americans also enslaved whites too. Your ancestor never owned a black person. Only if your ancestor was black that they could have owned a black person. There you go.
Many places we call this country.
Said we. What did you do?
We, the people who represent the dominant narrative in this country.
But in the Bible, this will be reasonable to me. It says that the fathers and the women who had slaves, that they would bow to the slaves. In these last days, in these end times, when Christ comes back and rules this earth, a black man by the name of Jesus Christ, the men who led our people into captivity and the women who profited off of our slavery and our blood, they're going to bow at our feet. That will be reasonable to me.
You asking her to bow right now?
I mean, no.
First of all, ain't nobody, listen y'all, nobody is, don't care if you're black, white, Asian, ain't nobody coming out the sky, bro. That has not happened. When you were about to get that F, right? You knew you were about to get that F on that test. Did that man, that so-called Ayu Greek god, come out the sky and save you? No, you got that F. When you when you were in the hospital, sorry, I don't, and you had, a disease, did that person out the sky come help and healed you? No. So that ain't nobody coming out the sky. But what is coming is the AI, and you don't want that. That's the real Jesus, the AI.
That would be reasonable. Like if you were really sorry for what your people did.
If you feel truly bad for what your ancestors did, will you give them $20 right now?
I don't know if that would solve a problem, and my ancestors were dirt poor also.
I would say empty your bank account. When you think
Because your ancestor was a slave, that's why. Your ancestor was a slave, most likely, that's why. And to Zaryak, based off the description of Israelites, smooth skin, yellow skin color, full beard, Asiatic look. He has the monolith eyes, sort of afro hair. He would fit the description as an Israelite. But what he doesn't understand is, because he was lied to by dumb General Yohana a long time ago, is that Negroes were owned by Native Americans, aka the Egyptians. And they were sold by the Assyrians, which were Edomites, the black Europeans from the black African tribes. He don't know that because he believed that the black European is his brother, but they're not. Let's go.
you think about it, we became the financial backing of building America. We became the labor. So when you say money doesn't change it, it does. That's why I said empty your bank account. You should too. Everybody, every white person should empty their bank account.
Would you be willing to maybe give $100?
What? Bro, I'm trying to stay serious. So listen, y'all. So he wants people that probably are poor, because most of America's poor is white. He wants, people who are close to poor or even rich, right? People who have families to feed. He wants you to empty your bank account so he can feel better about his ancestor most likely being owned by a Native American they're filthy rich, right? He wants you to give up all your money when your ancestors never enslaved a black person ever, because they were probably the slave, and give it to him. That's wicked. That's crazy.
$100 donation to the cause?
Yeah.
Like right now on camera?
Well, I don't have
Just
anything.
kidding.
Do you believe in justice?
I do believe in justice.
Es una posibilidad que quitar la vida de este hombre.
I'm in my 70s now. When I die, that money's going to be gone. And it's not going to go to people who are just going to go out and buy lattes and spend it on going out to bars and whatever. It's going to go to cancer causes and causes like yours.
Like black people?
Black people. Doctors Without Borders is a big thing I support.
The first thing that came to my mind was that when she dies, she's going to help black people, not when she's alive.
I'm doing it now.
I'm giving a huge amount of what I've got every.
Well, because she has to survive. You know, she just said she comes from a poor family, right? But so sorry. See, that's all they want. They just want the money. No real so-called priest is gonna want your money, because a priest is gonna want you to follow the Most High. That's what he wants you to want. That's what he wants you to do.
Every year.
Why should you feel obligated to help black people? Did you enslave anyone?
No, absolutely not. But our society is continuing.
She didn't enslave nobody. No white person enslaved a black person ever. I'm gonna say this again. No white person enslaved a black person ever in America.
Discrimination that's based on what happened.
Justice should be done, in my mind, at the time that it happens. And if we don't have a legal system in this country or in all countries to take care of people who commit these kind of crimes when they happen, not the generations that follow, they bear some responsibility, but if they didn't commit murder, then to me they're not the ones that should be incarcerated.
I agree with her.
Let's just not ignore the elephant in the room. We bowed at your father's feet, fed your children while your father went off to go conquer America. While my mother was working, we had to tend to your children. Our mothers had to suckle your babies before they suckled our own babies. So it'll be reasonable for you to bow at the feet of the slave. That would be reasonable if you was really sorry. You seem like a compassionate person.
I'm a compassionate person, but my apology is, or my way of saying I do not believe what went on in history was fair or just, is my way of saying that I may be with you in some areas, I may not be with you in other areas, but I want to fight for everybody right now, and I do, and I stand for that. My bow.
Look behind you. That's who fights. We don't need you to fight.
Okay.
But check this out. You just embody, and this is why God is going to put you in slavery. Because your people always try to slither and find ways out of the harsh reality of what was done to us. You know for a fact that your people hung my people from trees.
Listen, any white person watching this right now, black person, this happened to white people first. White people were hanged. White people were whipped. White people went through the chattel slavery, raped and all that. See, I give you an example. You know why a lot of blacks say, man, I got this white in me because of slavery. I got this white in me. I got my great grandfather was white and he raped the slave. Well, let me tell you this. What if I told you that slave that their grandfather raped, what if it was white? Right? Oh, I should never said the word. I meant grape, my bad. Grape, right? This might get censored. Hopefully it doesn't. Fair use, but yeah, what if I told you that the answer to that was graped, right? Graped. What if I told you that they were white that got graped and the master was a black European?
This park right here in Harlem, you know, this is a black community. It's not. It was. It's not anymore. It's not anymore. You want to know why? Because of crack. Because of Ronald Reagan. You understand? So you can't sit here like a poor lily white lady. You know,
it's not well, you still have black community. It's just we've separated because we all have too much pride. We're greedy, and number one, we went away from the Most High. So what happens when we go away from the Most High? All nations will come and destroy it. Let's go.
With your dog and looking hopeless because of what you've done to my people.
That seems a little exaggerated, right? You think that's a little harsh, K2?
I can only tell you that I live my life trying to be good to everybody I'm around, and continue to do, I would.
And you said you could be the change you want to see, and you can take a bow right now. Just show a little gesture.
A bow is a gesture, and I've got a dog that I've got to keep going with. Her name is Curry.
Sit, Curry. Sit. So both of y'all, sit.
She wants to.
Curry is a sweet-looking dog. These people have gotten hung in trees, killed, molested, raped, genocided, and you won't even take a bow.
All right, let's go to the thing. Slaves. Hold on a second. You see all these whites? These are white women slaves to the Moors in North Africa and Spain. And then those slaves were sold to the black Europeans. You want to show a photo? I can show a photo. He showed a fake photo. I showed a real photo. Let's go.
That was what he's saying.
That doesn't fix lynchings.
But he's trying to do a little bit to help him.
That doesn't. You know what?
That happened to white people first.
Trying to position me to be oppositional, although I may not have the same history of beliefs as you do. I do agree with you that people have done incredible wrongs that land us where we are today.
True.
I hope you see that I don't represent some privileged white lady. I am just me.
Not even like a deferential bow before you leave?
Come on, that's a gratuitous. That doesn't mean anything.
But you have a good day.
All right, thank you.
What else would you like her to do?
Well, she was going to kiss our boots.
Have you ever had anyone kiss your boot?
Absolutely, all the time. I didn't expect it to bow. It just really was a point to show you that even though white people seem like they care about you and seem like they care about the hardships that we went through, they really kind of negate it because it's really aimed at them. She knows without a shadow of a doubt of what other crimes that people did to us.
But she didn't do anything. That's the big disconnect. She didn't do anything. Just like you didn't go through slavery. What are your thoughts as you walk away? Big disconnect. She didn't do anything. Just like you didn't go through slavery. What are your thoughts?
Let's hear it again.
Do anything. That's the big disconnect. She didn't do anything. Just like you didn't go through slavery. What are your thoughts?
Tyler, if you're watching the video, you're right. He didn't go through slavery. She did. Because the whites were the slaves to the black people.
As you walk away.
I hope it helps.
Even if it means you are eventually enslaved.
I don't think it'll come to that, but
It will though, right?
Yeah. God said,
It already happened, though.
he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Is that a little hard?
And we're about to go into slavery if we don't get the blank out of America. Flee from the north, y'all. But, yeah.
Harsh?
yeah, but I don't think we can actually argue it and say what's going to actually happen. It could be symbolic as well as literal, I think.
Okay, this is literal.
Boom, your hand up. Get hit. Bang, boom, bang. Look. This is what we call my department. I'm responsible for the Hebrew Academy. What these men are going through back here is something that all our men have gone through, all the brothers have gone through, including the head of our school, Commander Juliana. You see these colors that we're wearing, this all represents the trial by fire that we go through out here to kind of bond us all together.
So these are all different training techniques. So now they're using mitts like you would train in boxing. So they're using mitts to learn to punch and then slip. So this is, again, the hand-to-hand combat training that we train brothers in the school so that they can defend themselves.
Fist up right here. Go. This is just a portion of the brothers that's in the academy. We have brothers in Texas, South Texas right now. We have brothers in Chicago, brothers in Florida, brothers in Atlanta, Georgia. We even have a brother out in the Bahamas. They're actually doing what we're doing right now all over the country. So this is what bonds us together. Their language, which is Hebrew, and we also teach them the biblical martial arts, which is called the Yad Torah. It's what King David used, it's what Samson used, and people don't know this. This is what Christ used as well. You think Christ was some...
First of all, that was not the only fighting style that was used by the Hebrews. If you actually go study Thailand history, right? And then also, King David would have just got someone to fight you. Samson would literally pick you up by the head and squeeze you to death. And Jesus, well, once you believe in him, you're automatically soul is gone. So what I'm saying is it's just waste of BS he's talking about right now. So let's go.
Oh, just peaceful Gandhi type cat.
Yeah.
Well, Christ was a superior revolutionary.
Christ didn't exist.
You know what I'm saying? The men around him were fighting.
I know that, yeah. What are the qualifications needed to become a black Hebrew Israelite?
When you say recruits, we don't have recruits. Christ said this: my sheep hear my voice. These men found us. I found Commander Juliana.
How did you find him?
By hearing his voice. I seen the camp out on the street. Brothers come and hear what's being said, hearing that the true biblical Jews are black, hearing that Christ died for only blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, that the 12 lost tribes of Israel.
Oh, yes. Christ didn't die for anybody because he was already dead. Revelations 1:18, right? He never existed. Number 2, Native Americans are not Israelites. They're Canaanites, and some are descendants of Kenites, which are Cain, but they are Canaanites. They have straight hair. They're Ham, who enslaved Negroes who were Israelites. But it's a different Negro. It's a smooth skin, yellow skin, resemble the Khoisan a little bit. Negro. Some are darker too, and red, and pale. And then you have Edom, the black European, right? The Syrian, even the Asian, right? Afro-Asian. So what he's saying is blasphemy. And plus, Israelites are scattered today, not just in the Americas, all over the world. Let's go.
Are the people who are despaired and trodden on in this country that you call America.
You have to be a certain percentile of black or Hispanic or Native American to join the Black Hebrew Israelites?
We go by who your father is, by blood. That percentile and all that, it comes from the so-called white man society. I mean, how do you know what percentile black I am?
I don't know.
Like, even just thinking about it doesn't make any sense. Let's say, for instance, like Bob Marley. He's a white man like you. Yeah, because his father is white. Your father is white, correct?
Yeah, he's Portuguese.
He's white. Bob Marley is your brother, not mine.
Bob Marley.
Well, you have to also take in consideration a lot of people are mixed. Number two, just because you have black, phenotype don't mean you got any white in you. I have white in me. My great-great-grandfather was white. And I'm proud, right? I'm proud of everything that's in me, but what I'm saying is, right, you might look at me, might be like, oh, you look Negro, but have a little slight difference if you could tell why. But and y'all would even know that if I didn't say anything. There's a lot of whites walking around with black ancestors. So you can't just go by the phenotype always.
My man.
Oh, I mean, you can have it. But when it comes to nationality, the Bible always traces the lineage of the man. So if your father's a black man, a Negro, you understand, you're from the tribe of Judah. Your father is a Mexican. He is an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. Now,
Afro man, slave. Just keep going.
Who is the dog race?
The dog race is
the Israelites brothers are not the Canaanites. Let's go.
Called African, who you would call the Nigerian or the Rwandan or the South Africans. Those are considered Africans, but they are not our people.
The Nigerian couldn't come here and be a brother?
No.
Ethiopian?
No.
Kenyan?
No.
None of them? Damn, okay.
The man.
You just hear this? Listen, let's type in this clown. That clown that's talking. He's an Edomite, by the way, y'all. I forgot his name. Yeah, he's Edomite. Edo tribe. The Edo tribe, also known as the Benin people, is an ethnic group in southern Nigeria native to what is now Edo State. So they're not Shem, but they have tribes called Edo. What are you talking about, man? I told you can't just rely on the dark skin. They also have Afro hair. Man, this clown.
Man who calls himself a Jew is a red man. His blood show forth through his skin. You cannot hide among a dark race of people. You understand? It's just proving that the black man, because we're called African because we were found in the land of Africa, hiding among a dark race.
The seduction is a convention.
No, you were hiding behind. No. Let me tell you something. All these people are not dark, and they enslaved Israelites. They enslaved Negroes. These people are not even dark. A lot of them are red. You see, a lot of them are not even that dark, and they enslaved Israelites, man. They sold them to Europeans. All these dudes ain't that dark. What is this dude talking about?
It's black people that America wants us to be a part of that. The difference between like the Democratic Party, Republican is going to say everything to your face. they're going to do it bluntly. The Democrats is going to do it seductively. It's almost like if you take a can of beer, you don't want to drink the full beer, so you get light beer. But it's still the same ratio. It's just covered up in a different bottle. It still gets you drunk.
What are your thoughts on the Civil Rights Act?
I would prefer segregation than the Civil Rights Act. The greatest time that black people had and the greatest threat that we ever were to America was segregated times. During Jim Crow, doing all the things when we was getting lynched and arrested. They incorporated the 13th Amendment so they could falsely lock us up. We still built hospitals, colleges, cities. We had a Negro League. We had all these things. We had education.
So if we built all this during that time, were we really slaves? Because you need money for that. It says, according to the Bible and even science history, when a person's ancestors go through slavery, their descendants are going to suffer financially, which is being poor. So how the hell can you go from being a slave, getting whipped, to a Native American to, having a lot of wealth? Because not all black people were slaves. Many black people were colonizers and settlers coming from Europe. Black Europeans, royalty.
You had the thought process of it's better if we integrate, and so when we decided to integrate, we lost education, we lost family structure, we lost businesses, we lost everything. Now they have this term called black businesses. Back during segregation, it wasn't about black business because we knew what businesses we were supporting. There was no
because we ruled. I mean, blacks owned white people. That's why we had most of the money. Now they are going over us. They're taking us. So let's go.
Mantra of separate from white people, we just was building our own. And that became the biggest threat. Because in less than 40 years removed from slavery, we showed America that we don't need you. And America can't have that. Because if we don't need them, then we would rise up over them.
Do you think white people naturally want segregation as well?
White people just want enslavement. White people want black people and Latinos to know your place. Trump being in office is the rallying cry for all of those MAGA people to say Trump is going to put black people in their place. White America is loving every single thing that Trump is doing because he's saying, in their mind, he's saying, you niggas gotta act like what we say now.
It's cold, I can't feel my toes. Brothers are out here throwing hands. How long does the training last?
It's probably about 6 hours.
6 hours. Damn.
But the point is that the bond that they built today will keep them in the same shape of brotherhood.
Oh my gosh. You know how many people are in the military and National Guard and they're trained? Oh my god. They don't even gotta get the army. They can just get the police officers. Oh my gosh, bro.
I love the Black Hebrew Israelites. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I had a white version of this. I want a real cracker university that I could join.
Babylon fallen! Babylon fallen!
Do you guys verify the paternal lineage?
We have a system to be able to tell. If anything's questionable, we'll do our due diligence to, to find out. It's hard for brothers who have white women to be.
They're allowed to date white women?
No, they're not allowed to date white women. But when brothers come into the school, they might have white women already. It's against the laws of God to put your woman away. Or they might have a white mother.
So what if you date a Hispanic? Because they're not an Israelite, right? They're Canaanites. You can't date a Canaanite, right? This dumbass, bruh. Oh my gosh. He's not even Israelite, y'all. He's an Edomite. But let's go.
Brother might learn.
Because most Israelites today can't really grow beards, but let's go.
And learn that he's an Israelite. Some people have a hard time with that because of how harsh he was.
First of all, you're missing the commandment. Honor your mother and father. The reason the Most High said that, because even if mother isn't part of the congregation of the Lord, she is a human being just like you. She wants to work. She'll want to worship the Most High. You ain't gonna let her because what you call it? She not black. What? Come on now. You're breaking a big commandment. Honor your mother and father. Anybody that's mixed, love your mom, love your dad, no matter what they are. Follow the Most High. That's the most important thing.
We teach about white people, about the crimes that they've done. That is his mother, though. We would never tell him to kill his mother or anything like that, of course, because that'll be evil and wrong.
When you see like a white person, do you ever have just like a feeling of disgust, like these bastards?
Well, this is what you gotta understand. We're professionals. Like, I can sit and have a conversation with you all day long.
When I leave, are you like these damn white people?
Not to the extent that you think.
Personalized extent, but just more of a zoomed out group perspective.
Because you're one white man, and you might be an all right white guy. We can talk about electrical work. We can talk about.
Why is he an all right white guy? Is it because he is not racist? He probably follows righteousness. Is that what it is? Doesn't the Most High teach, do not hate, follow the righteousness? Follow righteousness?
Talk about football, the game coming on and all of that. We'll never be brothers, you understand? We'll be professional. We'll be cordial. I ain't gonna slam the door in your face because you're walking behind me. I'm a professional. We ain't the Ku Klux Klan. We ain't going around like, you stupid crack. I should hang you from a goddamn tree. We ain't the Ku Klux Klan. We professional priests. You just want white.
Ku Klux Klan was created to free against black European slaves. I mean, my bad, slave masters. They were created to help white people get free from black European slave masters.
Man, you don't make no impact on my life personally. The system of white people is what you're going to pay for. You might have not had slaves, but you are going to pay for what your forefathers did, however.
They already did. They already went through slavery, bozo. The black Assyrian Africans sold them to black Europeans. They sold them to black Europeans. It already happened. The opposite is about to happen now if we don't get out of America and change in America.
The person who did it should face the punishment, not the child or the child's child.
What if he's dead? What if the person who did it got away scot-free?
It is what it is.
It means his son gonna pay for it. And Harlem was one of the most blackest cities in New York City. I mean, ridiculous. It was a phenomenon. Now you look at it now. It's integrated. It's completely
gentrification.
There are no black-owned businesses in Harlem. We already had that. How did we lose it? Through the civil rights. The civil rights failed the black community because they wanted to join white society. We had the white man's water fountain and we had the black man's water fountain. Instead of saying that we're going to make our black water fountain the best water fountain that's ever fountain, our leaders said that we want to drink from the white man's water fountain too. So what happened is he said, okay, you can drink from my water fountain, but you're going to always get water from me. I'm the one that's going to own the water fountain.
It's like the tea of the white man.
Exactly. Now the youth, the men who were children back then, now they coming up, we got to push black businesses, man. We got to push black businesses when the civil rights failed us and gave all of our black businesses to white people. You understand? You see that plane crash that crashed over Philadelphia?
Oh, yeah.
It was glorious. I was mad as hell because I wanted to go get some chicken. I couldn't even get no chicken.
That was glorious.
Lord took it down. It was glorious.
When you see those planes hitting walls, you're like, hell yeah.
When I see America start to fall, we have a drink.
What?
The brothers have a drink. These are the signs of our King's return. This is a horrible time for your people, but this is a glorious time for us. This is what we've been prophesying about for years.
No, this is a sign that we need to get the hell out of America before it's too late. Save up y'all money. Even if you're not black, you need to get out, cause they're gonna come for you. Cause if you don't go by their God and the AI, you're effed, or what you call it, you're cooked. Let's go.
Years. Like, we want different sides to the fence here.
You see like a school shooting and you hear about a bunch of people getting killed. Are you like, thank God?
Okay, don't think of it like that. Think of more. When America and the sins of America start to rise up, that's how we know we're in these end times. The partiality of what happened is not what I'm focused on.
I see.
The impact of what happened to America is what we focus on. How we impact this society. You understand what I'm saying? The war with Russia. What's going on in Ukraine, how it impacts America. All of those things we are paying attention to. You see a school shooting, we always taught that the white man needs to be racially profiled because they're the ones that do a lot of the school shooting, don't they?
Where is your land?
So if you're saying that we're in the end times, we're going to wars, stuff getting polluted, all this stuff, right? Why is that only in your head black people get to repent? Because if someone was told that in a few years this whole country is going to be burnt and they're not black, they're going to freak out, right? But they won't be able to freak out if you tell them they can repent too, regardless if they're a Gentile or not. You know, so what he's saying is so unfalse and true.
Like the Gaza Strip? Is that where he is?
Israel, all that. The nation of Israel, Iraq, Iran. What Israel you see on the map, the Israel you see on the map, that is not the whole Israel according to the Bible. That's just a small piece of what the white man stole and gave to the so-called Israelis that live over there now. You understand? Israel is that whole portion over there. Pieces of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Israel is a very large piece of land, and it's also called Eden. It's the Garden of Eden. To build a nation, you gotta build.
The Breeze, if you're watching this, you know that ain't called no Garden of Eden. I could be wrong, but that ain't. I know it ain't no damn Garden of Eden. Lex will be watching. I know that ain't no Garden of Eden. We know the Garden of Eden is in Asia, not Middle East. Even though Middle East is sort of part of Asia. But, and then this is the easiest one. Ayudea. Boom. That's where Israel is. And you could include Cambodia too. You can include Cambodia as well. But this is where Judea or Ayudea is. Israel. Not Middle East. Let's go. Oh, I messed up, guy. I gotta find it.
Things we are paying attention to. I think over there, pieces of salt.
Is actually teach people what a real. You decide
You can't build a nation and give your inheritance to another nation.
And so what we decide to do in the ICBK, what a real nigga university is actually teach people what a real nigga is.
What is a real?
Appreciate that. I thought I was gonna have to say what a real nigga decide to do in the ICBK, what a real nigga university is actually teach people what a real nigga is.
What is a real?
Appreciate that. I thought I was gonna have to say
whip. Oh my gosh, this is why I don't say the N word at all, I want to call black people by their real name, and then I don't want to be around other races of people and make them feel uncomfortable. I want them to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? That's why I don't say the word at all. Let's go.
Say Bible In the Real Nigga University, we show the righteousness that Acts 13:1 portrays. Niggas are righteous, we're honor, we worthy of the Lord, we raise up brothers, we build up family, we don't snitch, we would never sing a song for Donald Trump, we would never hate our Mexican brothers who are.
So what about the commandment, thou shalt not lie, right? No false witness on neighbor. So would you rather not listen to Most High and snitch, or listen to Most High and not tell a lie?
Who are also real niggas, our Latin brothers, which are also real niggas, our Haitian brothers, which are also real niggas. So we are the epitome of what Acts 13:1 stood for. Christ being black is the realest nigga. White people are like the worst niggas.
Come on, man.
Bro, what?
White people are like the worst niggas.
Come on, man.
If you take any society,
what is wrong with this dude,
look at their
bro?
land before white people interacted with them, and then look at the land after white people. Look at Libya. Look at the Middle East. Look at Africa. Look at North and Central and South America. Like, white people are a virus. When the virus gets in your body, the whole point of the virus is to destroy you. The only way to get rid of it is the medicine. Real niggas are
shoot
the
his face, bro.
ICBK is the medicine because we deliver. Get rid of our virus. When the virus gets in your body, the whole point of the virus is to destroy you. The only way.
So you call him a parasite? Is that what you call him? But here's the thing, though. All jokes aside, what if I told you that black Europeans did the same thing too? What if black Europeans colonized and destroyed? You want to hear about the genocide that happened in South Africa to the Khoisan by Black Dutch? You know what happened to the Lovini people in Fiji that got genocided by King Esperanza? I forgot his name. Cerro Esperanza. By the Itakwe people. You want to hear about the tribes of Vanuatu? So it ain't just white people doing it, man. No offense, whites watching. You guys are doing some stuff on a different level, though. Like AI, we did not do that. We kind of helped build it, but AI, yeah, y'all crazy with that robot stuff, and GMO fruits and vegetables, that's crazy. But blocking the sun, yeah. But we ain't doing that. But we definitely had also a destruction to the planet as well. Let's go ahead.
To get rid of it is the medicine. Real niggas are the medicine. So I should be paid is the medicine because we deliver what the Lord says. So if you want to get killed, well, you can't get killed.
You know, they deliver what Jesus said, or they're what they call Yahuwah HaMashiach, which is fake. It's still another way of saying Jesus. It's just a blacker version, which are both fake.
I don't understand how black men and women can marry a white person knowing the crimes that they committed. And what
they married because they know they didn't do it. They know they didn't do the crime. That's why they married them, right? It's hard for you. It's usually harder for black people to marry like Native Americans and Hispanics because they actually were part of the crime, and it's actually hard for black people to marry black people because we know that we all come from different, nations. Let's go ahead.
What that tells you is that from the time we are born, we have this thing of white is great and black is not, which is again why we enforce such a strong love for black people, enforce using the word nigga, making it righteous, enforce everything that they said was bad just to show how good it is. So that's why we created the Real Nigga University.
After this, you might see a new school, RCU.
Real Caucasians?
Real Cracker University.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's everything.
It's not a black and white thing. It's a Jacob and Esau thing.
The brothers.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with this shit. And I'm ready for this.
Our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents are the same, right? Something like that. Jacob, Esau, and then the separation.
If you go even further back before that, because of Noah, you understand, Shem, Ham, and Japheth were all related, but the Lord put the difference between them, just like He did between Jacob and Esau. So what matters is when the Lord decides to separate a people and create a nation.
As a non-Israelite,
guess what? You got, like I said, you got a nation in Nigeria called Edo. So, okay, let's get back to it.
all I care about right now is whether or not white people can avoid being either enslaved or killed on Judgment Day. I headed to their top secret headquarters after an extensive security screening to ask Captain Tazariak what a white man can do to pay the price.
Let me guess, if you're black, you ain't getting no screen. Oh my gosh, let's go.
His father's sins.
Real quick.
But I'd be like, going down the road, you fuck.
If you want to support our boots on the ground independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go off on YouTube.
What would be a biblical depiction of Christ when it says hair was white, and the texture was woolly, the skin is bronze, so even the garment being green? But this is not Jesus. This is the book I'm talking about. So this is called the Russian Icon. And when you open it, these are the original artwork and imagery of Christ and the disciples.
How do we know this?
So this is artwork that they found in Europe, in Russia, in what they call the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages was a time when black people ruled Europe. And so if we rule...
Okay, finally, you're getting to the truth. But it wasn't we. It was Edom. You had some Danites there. You had some Judeans. But Edom ruled Europe. Get your Moabites, Ammonites, the Moors, right? That's who it was. And then you had some Israelites in Russia, but Edom ruled Europe, the Dark Ages. Not Jacob. Jacob was in Asia. Let's go.
Rule Europe, we're giving out the truth. So when the white men come out them caves and they start coming in power, the Renaissance era was like a rebirth or a whitewashing. You can even find the black image of Mary in the Roman Catholic Church. And so what's beautiful about this is this.
And this is what's bad about it. Tazariak is an Israelite. I need to probably see more of his family, but he fits the description. And he's teaching lies and a false god. And one day he's gonna, I think he already knows, one day he's gonna figure out that what he's saying is all wrong. And he's gonna realize he's hurt thousands of people with the biggest lie in history. And he's gonna have to, tell the truth. Ain't nobody gonna believe him. So, yeah. Tazariak is bad for the community. calling all black people Israelites when you know you're the Israelite and they're not. So let's go.
This not written by us. But see how this image is black? They redo the image and then make it white. So you notice you see the flags all throughout the school?
Yeah.
So each flag represents each tribe and the symbol that's synonymous with that tribe. The swords, we're very militant. You know, we're not Christians. We'll whoop your ass if necessary. So we fight.
When you guys were training earlier, right?
Yeah.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, Christ said in the Bible to sell what you have and go purchase a sword. So Christ is
a man of blood and steel.
Yeah, Christ went back to the church. I say this all the time. Christ beat people in the temple. Christ wasn't somebody that was a soft and sissy guy. He just did the job that God said, where God said, you're going to be the sacrifice to redeem Israel. So he did take the death, but he was about warfare.
Are you guys labeled as a terrorist organization?
I know we're a hate group. We're labeled as a hate group. I believe, like I've had Homeland Security come to my house before, so I think
what did they say?
They said, matter of fact, we might be terrorists because when he came to my house, there was a white guy. He comes and knocks on the door and he was like, you know, he got reports that, we're terrorists. I got terrorist threats and stuff like that. So he sit and talk with us and then he left and said, we're not that. So I think at the surface level, we are labeled as a terrorist and a hate group. The only thing that a white person could give me is their life. Like if I'm being...
Kill themselves?
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you said it. Whatever you give me would just be a token.
Like the deferential bow?
Yeah, like the bow, the boot kiss, all of that is tokens. When true vengeance is you not existing, because as the longer you exist, the more I'm oppressed.
When you see like a white baby, are you like, God, I wish you were aborted?
When I see a white baby, I'll be like, he's gonna try to enslave my people when he gets older.
Do you think racism is a good thing?
I think it's a natural thing for ethnicities to stick to their own. What becomes unnatural is when one ethnicity wants to rule over another one, and then another one. That's the white man. The white man ain't content with just having his own.
So is there a time God wants you to take up?
No, the black man do it too. Why do you think Africans? And I'm not talking about all, because I'm not xenophobic. I know I'm not even gonna say that, but through history, blacks have wanted to take over other tribes too. Asians have wanted to take over nations too. Arabs have taken. Everybody tries to rule each other because humans want power, but you're supposed to get power through the Most High commandments. Let's go.
Pick up arms and fight the white man and reclaim power.
Jeremiah 16:16 says, behold, I will send for many fishers and you're fishmen, which is the time that we're in right now. So the fishing is like going out and teaching, doing interviews like this to provoke people to have questions.
First of all, I just want to say, all these Hebrews out in the street, they don't read nothing. They just go by scriptures and just yell at people all day, saying, "Go marry a Canaanite and be white and hate white people." That's all they preach. They don't preach nothing. They don't teach the food laws, the real food laws. They don't teach the commandments, the 10 commandments. They don't teach that. You know who does? Lex Will. YouTube Lex Will teaches it correctly. These dudes, they teach hate, abominations, stuff it sent you to the lake of fire. They don't teach the true stuff that Moses taught to the Israelites in Exodus.
Interest about us. And then he says, there's a time I'll send for hunters and we will hunt men. So God dictates the time when we take this off. Like there'll come a time where God gonna say, take this off.
And come after guys like me.
Yeah, we might not be doing an interview that day, Ty.
You're being serious, right? You're ready to kill some white dudes.
I'm ready to do whatever God says.
Right now, it's the fishing phase. You're going to recruit some more Israelites. You're going to help them recognize their true origins. But one day, you're going to take up your preferred weapon.
So first of all, he's not going to be done at that because he's going to flee. He's going to flee this land, like every other Negro or black. We're going to flee this land because they're going to become doing that to us, and it ain't going to be really them. It's going to be a robot coming to our house. So he's gonna have to do it. Not Tazariak's gonna have to flee, not the dude. The robot is gonna be coming after you. Let's go.
Weapon.
That's right.
And I may end up on the side of that.
If the Lord chooses so fit.
I feel like you're about to tear up on me. Nah. When did you realize you were an Israelite?
I would hear rappers talk about being Israelites, entertainers saying it. I never took it serious. 2009 is, I guess, when I started realizing that this might be true. And so the more I studied it, the more it just became undeniable proof that not only was I Israelite, but that all of us Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians was Israelites. And once I got turned on to it, there was just no turning back. Question.
Native Americans owned slaves. Hispanics are descended from Asians that came from Asia who enslaved and took over Israelite kingdoms there, like Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, right? So, what the hell are you talking about, Zaria? And all blacks were not Israelites, because a lot of blacks are Edomites.
And for black people, it's like, who are we? If you ask black people who they are, they're going to tell you they everything. It's not going to be a true identity. They might say I'm African, they might say I'm Methodist, Christian, I'm Baptist, I'm Jehovah's Witness, I'm Muslim, anything but who they are. And so,
because Israelites are not all black people are not Israelites. You have Moabites that are Negro and they're Israelites. You have Amnamites. You have Ishmaelites, Muslims, right? You have Edomites, Christians. You have Israelites. You even have Negroes who come from Canaanite blood, seed. Japheth seed. Like, it ain't just Israel, man. Stop with this black face game. Let's go.
Part of the reason is, of course, slavery did a great damage to us. You couldn't read, you couldn't write. Whatever language you had was taken away.
No, that happened to the Negroes that were enslaved to the Egyptians. What happened was black Europeans got their butt whooped by white slaves and the Russians. And then because you didn't follow the Most High, what happened to slaves? You lost everything, and now everything's become into reverse.
Culture, your way of life, so we don't have that. As I'm reading all this in the Bible, I was mad at my mama. My grandfather was a pastor. I'm mad at them because it's like, how do y'all have these records, but nobody is giving us the truth? So now I'm throwing out everything that Christianity had to offer.
Because they don't know the truth either, and you don't. Whites were owned by blacks, man.
So I contact ICBK, they tell me that they teaching in Philadelphia, and I pray to the Most High, this is the truth, give me a sign. And when I got down there,
the weird thing is, Tazariot, he fits the description as Israelite, I believe, but his last name is Gas. See, look. See his last name. I already know his last name. I seen it, but like German, Scottish, English. What, like? I don't know how he got that last name, but he got the Israelite phenotype: yellow skin, smooth forearm, beard, monolith eyes, apple.
And I come around that corner and General Haas telling that white man, he said, no, you gonna kiss everybody boot. And that white man got on his knees and kissed everybody boot. I said, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where God told me to be.
So you want to segregate, right? We want whites.
Not so much segregate. I want my community to look just as good as yours.
Why isn't that possible? What's holding?
So he wants black people to own white people. That's what he wants. He wants captivity of white people. That's what he wants. He wants blacks to own whites, like what happened before. But what just hurry up to understand that ain't gonna happen this time. And they are gonna make sure it don't. That's why we need to leave America. Let's go.
Hold you back.
You guys. The urban neighborhoods is specifically targeted by your community, white America, where you let other nations come in and flourish with their businesses in our community. The CIA that you mentioned with the drug oppression, putting drugs into our community. Even Planned Parenthood coming in where they want to either euthanize or get us to abort our babies. So it's not just a white person being in the community.
Right now, 2025, I would argue black people have the same opportunity to do anything. Would you agree?
Can you show me where we have the same opportunity?
Everywhere. I think you get the same job. You know what?
Nah, I don't think so.
Tell me why.
So what was the point of DEI?
Why would they establish a quota to include people that in the workforce, right?
Right. White women have benefited more from that than we have in 2025. In 2025, I just don't see how we're any different than 1965. When
Most so-called black people live around black towns. So why would we need DEI if most of us live around black people? If you live in a black community, you have a higher chance of getting a job. It's just, the problem is, you're going to have to go by what the company or what the slave master want. You're going to have to cut your afro hair or dreads, talk a certain way, and, believe in the lie. And if you don't, you become poor. It ain't a white person fault for that. That's just a black, way. Let's go.
When the immigrants came over here early, it's like if Jewish immigrants come over here, the jobs that they would get would be corporate jobs, nurse jobs. For us, since we've been in here, they want you to get a UPS type of job, Burger King type of job. They tell you have a limit to where you can go. So we're at a disadvantage where you guys had like a 400 or 500 year head start. So you don't even have a black community. You have a mixture that black people live in. So when you go up to your corner, like if we go out here to Harlem, you're going to see Cohen's, you're going to see Dunkin' Donuts, you're going to see CVS, you're going to see all different stores. In the Bible, the rich are supposed to take care of the poor take care of the rich. That's how you create an internal ecosystem. And with all these rich, wealthy black people, if they created that type of ecosystem, which wouldn't cost as much as they think it is.
They won't, because they eat them, well, I ain't going to say eat them, but that's not, I don't know if all of them, but they won't, because a lot of them were never slaves. A lot of them were black Europeans.
We could actually fix the community. So although we're highly represented in the NFL, the NBA, but when they get their money, it's about them.
A lot of people think you guys are like, these guys are the crazy guys who are speaking on the streets. They speak nonsense, it's craziness. But everything you're saying about building up your community, sticking together, makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I think where people get turned off and get offended is when, let's say, a white guy like me, you're like, I'm going to enslave you. We got a whip right here. I imagine that's not for you guys, right? That's for me.
Yeah, that's for you. Don't touch it. You take a look at it, though. It's right here.
So we got a whip right here. Tell me, when is Judgment Day, and what will happen to everyone that is not black, Hispanic, or Native American?
That's up to the Lord. Christ said, no man knoweth the day nor the hour. So although I have this whip that you can't touch, it's just something we carry as a symbol of what's coming, like the coming judgment, just like the swords that we have. But when that judgment is, that's up to the Lord. When they say they killed Osama bin Laden, the media covered.
Nope. And you can just go to Isaiah 43. But when the day when you see the light, right? It is over. It is over. When you see that light, it is over. That's when Judgment Day comes. Not when somebody come out the sky and give black people whips to whip. No. When the day comes that you got to get off this planet and go to God or the Most High, that's Judgment Day. And it don't matter who you are.
Coverage. White people was in the streets shouting for joy, saying that I can finally be at peace because Osama bin Laden is dead.
We're your Osama bin Laden.
Not so much our Osama bin Laden, but your destruction. We'll finally be able to rest.
I'm pretty sure Osama bin Laden's an Ishmaelite, right? I might be wrong.
When that judgment comes, we gonna wake up in the morning like, I don't even know what to do with myself. Because my brain don't have to think about oppression no more. It's just rest. And Hitler got killed, Jewish people felt that same...
That ain't the real you know what, but let's go.
Exact way. The only people that have never had that feeling is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The slavery remains in our DNA, even at a subconscious level. There was something I had talked about.
Oh my gosh, you got blacks that never were slaves with the DNA of a slave. Okay.
They did this study, it was called Mice in a Cherry Tree. So they take these mice, they take this cherry tree, and mice like the cherry tree. They put this metal grate right before the cherry tree. When they go to the cherry tree, it shocks the shit out of them. Not enough to kill them, but enough to cause pain. So as they keep going to that cherry tree and they keep getting shocked, they stop going to the cherry tree. Those mice have children. They remove the shock. The children that the mice have don't go to the cherry tree. Although they like the smell and they like the cherry tree, they have the memory of the shock that comes with that cherry tree, so they don't go near it. They stay away from it. It's mentally, genetically been passed down. They had to take those mice and make them generationally.
It doesn't matter. If you're not being taught the Most High, it's gonna happen regardless. You could be rich. Your ancestor never lifted a box in their life, but if they don't follow the Most High, they will deal with the curses of Leviticus and Deuteronomy, and their son or daughter will feel that slavery, no matter what nation you are.
The 7 other mice that never had any memory of that tree, in order for them to go to that tree, even though it's not there. And that's black people. We don't have the physical chains on us no more, but the mental.
Because black people never had it. It was the white people.
You guys have done to us is why we come across.
I mean, what black people done to white people?
Us as a hate group. That's how
that's what they say.
But then when people come,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't want me to die one day, but
right.
You're chill.
When you actually have, that's funny. This is a good, decent white guy. He knows it's coming and said I'm chill anyway. So we're genetically passing down curses.
He's laughing because it's about to happen to you. They're gonna get the robot against us, bro. Oh my gosh.
Keep us inferior. Whereas if we genetically pass down things that make us superior, we wouldn't have that thought process.
Why not take the brothers to the land of Israel and reclaim your birthright?
I visited Israel back in 2017.
Because that ain't the real Israel. And blacks already saw Israel. It was the Black Dutch. The Black Dutch saw it in Thailand. That's why.
17, and as good as it was, I hated it because I felt like I was abandoned. I just for it. Even right now, black people are trying to be at peace with y'all, and y'all still slap her.
What can the average white person watching do to repent in your eyes, to be good with you?
You can go to isubk.com, click the tithe and donations link, and enter your bank account. Either that or death.
Either give us all your money or kill yourself.
Yes.
I'm just laughing because this dude really said that, man. Listen, any white person watching, if you want to help so-called human beings, follow the Most High. Exodus 3:13. Moses got a name from the Creator, and they call him Heya in Exodus 3:14. I am that I am, Heya. Follow the 10 Commandments. Follow the commandments, no matter what your nation is. That's how you repent. Isaiah 43. Repent. Follow the Most High. You don't got to sell your money and kill you. No, I can't believe he just said that. Oh my gosh. But, yeah.
Thank you. No problem.
All right. I'm done. Hiya, hiya.